Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRFBets race of the day for Friday, October the 4th. Well, it's opening day at Keeneland. We've got grade 1 stakes action for you. It's the Alcibiades Stakes for 2-year-old fillies, carded as race number 9. Before we get to the analysis of this mile and a 16th event, I do want to remind everybody that DRF Keeneland clocker reports available throughout the entire meet. Add them to your Keeneland handicapping, a perfect complement to DRF PPs, especially with these young, lightly raced 2-year-olds. Mike Welsh and his DRF Clocker team will provide these Clocker reports daily throughout the meet. Single cards, $12.95. Save with a weekly subscription. Learn more, drf.com/Keeneland. Let's meet the field for this year's Grade 1 Alcibiades. A very strong prep, it looks like, for this year's Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Morning line favorite, the 7, Perfect Alibi from Mark Casse, already a multiple graded stakes winner, stretching out for the first time in her career. We've got a couple of maiden winners in this race, including the 6 British Idiom, the 4 Alondra going out for strong connections. And let's throw up the Timeform US pace projector for this race. With so many stretch out sprinters, Mike, in this race, you would expect the pace to be hot. Timeform US has the 8 Air of Light out there on the lead along with British Idiom, but to me, 2 or 3 of these horses could make the lead. The pace is going to be fair at worst, fast at best.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty hard to decipher where everybody's going to be, but listen, the horses they have up there, they're both pretty fast. Certainly Air of Light, I thought he showed a lot of speed last time when he broke his maiden, or when she broke her maiden, I should say.
Well, let's talk about these horses in post-position order. We have an undefeated horse down towards the inside, the number 1, Gone Glimmering, bet down to odds on in both appearances at Indiana Grand Sprinting for trainer Tom Amos. Won very easily both times. Very slow figures. She obviously has to improve. She draws an inside post. I don't think the route will pose much of an issue. It's all about whether she's fast enough to beat this kind.
Yeah, we'll see how she handles the step up in class. She's obviously facing better horses here. I thought that she ran well both times, Dan. I will say in both of those races, she was very slow away from the gate. It's not a mistake she could afford to make in this field.
Isn't Steve Asmussen amazing with second-time maidens? I mean, we try to pound this into horse players' heads all the times with formulator facts, etc., and your analysis, certainly during the Saratoga meet. But 3D flag, second out maiden, dirt sprint. The horse wins and pays $16. Let's watch the race right now. 3D Flag did make her career debut on the turf, didn't do much running, certainly improved second time out. She is on the inside in this race. She's dealing with a 1-5 favorite, and she just roars back and gets it done gamely, albeit in slow time.
Yeah, a very game win. Another horse who didn't break that sharp from the gate, but had good speed after that. The horse that overtook her there in the stretch was 1-5. And this horse just hung in there gamely, battled back for the win. I like that effort from her, Dan. I like her stretching out too. She has a ton of pedigree to go along the dam. A half-sister to Teresa Z, who's a multiple graded stakes winner, routing on dirt. This is the personal ensign, storm flag flying family. This horse is supposed to go long.
The 3 is Spitefulness, and I think this is an interesting price play, 20-1 on the morning line. I know her one and only dirt start wasn't very good. They ran her last time out in synthetic in the Arlington-Washington Lassie. Kind of a weird race, and that the odds-on favorite seemed like she was going wrong on the backstretch. This horse moved early to take over a clear lead with 3 furlongs left to go. Seemed a little bit green. Stayed on to finish second. I think she's going to handle the 2 turns with her pedigree. Phil D'Amato has very good numbers going synthetic to dirt. Blinkers come on. Maybe underneath at a big price.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens. I'm not, wildly against her, but I can't say that I love any of her races so far. I do like her pedigree. You have to deal with that lone dirt race so far, Dan. She did not run well that day.
Rarely see Shug McGahee trained firsters win first out. He likes to take his time, so it's important to note that the 4 Alondra, this is her debut. Let's watch it right now from Saratoga. She was forward from the start. She takes over the lead, and she is very professional and solid getting this job done. She is passed on the outside right now by the favorite, a horse that has a valuable experience edge on her, but like the Asmussen filly that we saw in the previous clip, she comes roaring right back to win, and she's going away at the end.
Yeah, I liked this debut from her, not only because she battled on through the stretch while the favorite was trying to keep her in tight, but just as she showed speed from the start. She was sort of contesting the pace between horses up the backstretch. She stayed on gamely at the end. Another filly with a ton of pedigree to stretch out. This horse is supposed to be better going longer.
And that race was on spin-away day. It was 0.10 of a second faster than the spin-away, won by Perfect Alibi that same day. Perfect Alibi in this field. You don't worry about him stretching out. That race was also at 7 furlongs, a very demanding debut distance. This filly has a lot of promise, 5-1 on the morning line. Micheline is going to try dirt for the first time. You know something? I think she's going to like it. The Bernardinis usually aren't at their best on turf, so the fact that this one's already a stakes winner on turf is a pretty good sign. I think they're going to be better on dirt. She's got a big dirt pedigree, Lasix on. She's got a little bit of upset potential.
Yeah, she does. She's supposed to handle the switch to the main track. She has enough pedigree to handle it. She gets Lasix now. Both of her turf races, a little green, I thought, both times, and sort of lugging in a little bit through the stretch, but she managed to get it done in her second start. I think she has to take a step forward to beat this field.
The 6 British Idiom goes out for the high percentage Brad Cox barn. We're going to take a look at her debut at Saratoga. She was bet down to tepid favoritism. You see her on the outside in the black blinkers taking over the lead. She didn't break very well, but she soon was hustled up into a forward position on the outside. She makes the front, and just look how spread out this field is. I mean, she spread eagles this field. The runner-up did come back to win. She got a fig. Now she's getting Lasix. To me, the biggest question here is distance.
Yeah, I worry about the distance too, but there's no denying she ran well first time out. As you point out, the horse that finished second to her came back and improved to win her next start going a mile. There was no closing going on in that race, but this horse, she ran well. I'll take nothing away from her for her first start.
Perfect Alibi is the name horse in this race, and deservedly so. Winner of the Adirondack, winner of the Spinaway, and just a big, good-looking professional filly that, in my opinion, will have no problems with the distance, especially with 4 sprint races under her girth. Let's watch her victory in the Spinaway. She's going to squeeze through down towards the inside, and I really do think that this Frank's Rocket is a pretty nice filly. Got the jump again on Perfect Alibi. This time it's Perfect Alibi showing her class and determination on the inside.
Yeah, this is a really nice one. This is actually 2 really nice graded stakes wins in a row for her. This race is even more impressive, I think, Dan, when you watch the head-on. I read Ortiz. He really didn't have any room at all to come through on the rail, but he did not give up, and he forced his way through in there. This filly did the rest. Really impressive. I mean, she doesn't look like that much on paper, maybe. Her figures aren't that fast. She's just really good. I think she is the horse to beat, a deserving favorite.
Deserving favorite, you could argue, some might argue, 5-2 on the morning line. Fair, considering all of her exploits and accomplishments. The 6 is Air of Light. Perfect Alibi is trained by Mark Casse. Air of Light trained by Norm Casse. Air of Light won at a 1-turn mile last time out at Churchill Downs. Showed some big speed that day. Now she's going to have to go 2 turns. Timeform US believes that the pace will be fast, but this filly has shown a lot of promise since day one.
Yeah, I like both of her races. I liked her win last time. You know, she didn't take a lot of pressure on the lead, I didn't think, but she had to go fast to get there from post 12. Cleared the field, managed to dig in and hold on at the end, and she already has the win going a mile. There are things to like about this horse.
The 9 Sequin, did you find it a little bit curious that this $500,000 daughter of Breeders' Cup Classic winner Bayern not only made her debut at Saratoga on the turf, but then ran on turf at Kentucky Downs as well? Now, she ran well both times, but you would think with that purchase tag and with this pedigree, they would want to try dirt. Supposedly the last 2 workouts, very sharp indeed, in company with an older allowance runner trained by Wesley Ward. Sequin is the number 9, and I'm curious to see if she handles the dirt. I'm a little bit worried that she ran on turf.
I am too. I'm even more surprised that they ran her on turf a second time, because even though she only got beat at neck at Saratoga, she was bad that day, blowing a clear stretch lead with no excuse. They came right back on turf again, and she got beat again at a short price. Her pedigree is all dirt. So, I don't really worry about her making the surface switch now. I mean, this is, Commanding Curve family, Mother, who's a stakes winner for Baffert. These are dirt horses on the bottom, so maybe she'll take a step forward here.
Western Taffy, the 10 goes out for Cassie, 6-1 on the morning line. Tough outside post position, a winner on synthetic, stakes placed when blown out by the talented Fair Maiden on turf last time out. I like this pedigree for dirt. You know the Candy Rides can do just about anything. I think distance will be okay. This horse's figures, actually that 72 buyer from last time out puts her squarely in the mix. This is a filly to keep an eye on, because if she can get a trip from the outside post, she can make some noise.
Yeah, it's all about what kind of trip she can get. I'm with you. I think she will handle the switch to dirt, and I think she's run fine in both of her races.
The 11, How Ironic, draws outside for a very good trainer in Vicky Oliver. I'd give her some extra credit for a tonalist to win first out going 5 furlongs on the turf. I think that's saying something. She's run 2 slow races, however, on the turf. Distance won't be an issue, but she's got to prove she's this good.
Yeah, she's got to prove she's this good. She's supposed to stretch out. She's bred to go longer. The dirt should be no problem for her, but she's got to get better.
Pick time for the DRFBets Friday race of the day, the Grade 1 Darley Alcibiades. I really only want 2 horses in here, although I am going to be using the 7 Perfect Alibi. My 2 horses to upset them are the 6 British Idiom and your top pick, the 4 Alondra. I like the way British Idiom, again, spread out that field in her debut. Lake 6 goes on for Brad Cox. I am concerned about the distance. I am using a lot of Alondra. I went 6-4-3-7.
Yeah, I think a lot of this will come down to price as well. I don't know how sure I go on anybody in this field, so we'll see what happens. I did like Alondra's debut, and she's bred to go long. Listen, I'm not way against Perfect Alibi, but if she's a short price, I'll take a small shot against her with Alondra. I went 4-7-2.
4-7-2 for Mike, 6-4-3-7 for me. Grade 1, Darley Alcibiades is your Friday DRF Bets race of the day with an approximate post of 5:30 Eastern. Good luck.